Well, hello there. Hope everybody's doing great. Welcome back to another episode of Sports Talk with the Deal Maker. I've restarted this channel. If you don't mind, if you like the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated trying to build this channel back up. With that being said, let's get into today's topic. Shane Beamer had a teleconference yesterday, and as everyone knows, Mike Shula has been let go as play caller, offensive coordinator from the University of South Carolina. Is no newsflash, as again everyone knows that I would say 60% of the fan base of the Gamecocks program has been clamoring on and on and on and on about play calling. So there's many questions here. First question might be, I don't know, why did it take till week 10 to do it? Why did it take so long? The writing's been on the wall pretty much after we got beat in the bowl game. He did move on from Lonnie Teasley. Not even during the bye week. He actually waited till a game after the bye week. So this time I have to give credit where credit's due, even though a day late and a dollar short. Shane Beamer decides on this bye week, or prior to this bye week, well, on Sunday, so let's just say the beginning of the bye week, to move on from Mike Shula. Now, there's a lot of people that's excited about this. I'm never excited about someone losing their job. Even though he made $1 million a year, I think he'll be able to afford a cheeseburger from here on out, and I'm sure he'll land on his feet somewhere, so we all wish him well. But with that being said, where do we go from here? We've asked for it. Now we've got it. What did the Gamecocks do from this point forward? I mean, we have 3 games left, right? Bye week this week, Texas A&M, Coastal Carolina, and Clemson, both at home, Texas A&M obviously away. Shane Beamer says it's going to be play calling by committee. He happened to name 3 people on the offensive coaching staff that will probably play a part in it. And as we all know, fan favorite of all of ours that we love and adore, glad he's back, will be Shawn Elliott. Well, let's just go over his coaching career. Started in 1997 as a defensive assistant. He did that for 2 years. Then he moved over to the other side of the ball in 1999 to 2000. And this is at Appalachian State. I forgot to say that. I'm sorry. Appalachian State from 99 to 2000. He was tight ends coach. 2001, 2009. That's a long stint right there with Appalachian State from 97 to 2009. But from 2001 to 2009, he was the offensive line coach. Everyone knows he came to the University of South Carolina in 2010, stayed with us through 2016, where he departed to become the head coach at Georgia State in 2017 till 2023, then rejoined South Carolina in 2024. Now, with all of that being said, he was the interim head coach for South Carolina in 2015 when Steve Spurrier just walked off and quit, right? Right. Everybody knows that. Well, prior to then, he was the co-offensive coordinator from 2012 to 2015. So I would say between the offensive coordinator, co-offensive coordinator, interim head coach, then head coach of Georgia State from 17 to 23, I would think he would be qualified on that side of the ball with that long career to be A-okay to call plays. That I agree with. Well, another name Coach Beamer happened to name was Mike Furry. Furry, however you want to say it. Let's look at his career. First and foremost, coaching. He joined Kentucky Christian as a head coach, 2011 to 2012. Then he moved on to Marshall as a wide receivers coach from 2013 2015. Then Limestone as a head coach from 16 to 17. He left Limestone after the 17 season in 2018 to 21 to go be the wide receivers coach at the Chicago Bears. Then returned back to Limestone as a head coach from 22 to 23, and we all know he joined South Carolina in 2024. Again, this right here seems, the guy's got head coaching experience. He played in the NFL for a long, long time. I think 10 years, maybe 11. Went through a variety of different teams and programs in the NFL as a receiver. So I think, yes, him, Shawn Elliott together would probably be pretty daggone strong at calling plays. But mind you, we also know for a fact that we do have a bye week. So they have 1 week to prepare and then a week to game plan. So we're looking at 2 weeks. Is there going to be a drastic change? Probably not. Probably not. But the one thing I do think we can expect that we're not going to run the ball up the middle with less than 2 minutes to go, like we have for the past few weeks. And everybody knows a running play up the middle with no timeouts with less than 2 minutes to go is a 25 to 35 second play. Same as throwing it across the middle. If they drop the ball, the clock stops. If they catch the ball and fall in the field of play, if they get a first down, clock stops for 10 seconds. If they don't, it just keeps on running. So I don't think we'll see much of that. But here is the one. Here is the one by committee that I wanted to bring up. Mr. Markeel Blackwell. He also stated there that he's been an OC before. I was unfamiliar of that, so I actually had to pull up his coaching career. And as a playing career, hey, he was great. He was a quarterback for South Florida. He got drafted. He played for the Jets, Tampa Bay Storm, Buccaneers, and on and on and on in lower leagues. But, he was there for 5-6 good years. Well, let's look at his coaching career. He was offensive coordinator, Tampa, Florida Freedom High School. Offensive coordinator, check. He gets that one. He was only an offensive coordinator for a year. Then he takes over as head coach, 2007, 2008, as the head coach of Tampa, Florida Freedom High School. He then leaves that job, 2009, quality control for South Florida. 2009 to 2011, that was. 2012, he's the running backs coach of Western Kentucky. He leaves there, obviously took a year off from 2012. 2013, there's nothing. Well, in 2014, he joins St. Petersburg, Florida, Lakewood High School, again back in the high school ranks. He's the co-offensive coordinator, it appears. He only stays there a year, goes to Florida, quality control, University of Florida. Then Toledo, running backs coach. West Virginia, 18, running backs coach. 2019, co-offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach for Houston. Only stays in that position for 1 year as well as co-offensive coordinator. 2020, he goes to Houston, running backs coach. 2022, Ole Miss running back. 23, Texas A&M running back. And he is currently a South Carolina running backs coach since 2024. So play calling by committee. We all understand what that means. Here's the question. I like Markeel Blackwell. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a good recruiter. But anybody that's followed this program, he did have Raheem Rocket Sanders under his tutelage last year. And all we've heard this year was Sewell Faison. Now, Sewell Faison's a productive running back at the best. But yet, I still question Oscar Attaway's back there. Why does he only get 4 or 5 touches a game? Is it because he's not his guy? He wasn't a part of his recruiting? How about Matthew Fuller? Matthew Fuller's a bigger running back, and he can get you a yard or two consistently. I think he averages about 1.5 yards. So we all asked the question on the offensive side of the ball. We see breakout players every so often, then they just kind of disappear. And it seems that Blackwell thinks the same way. No matter what, Faison's going to get the carry. Even though we all know the best running back in the backfield as far as blocking and catching out of the backfield is Oscar Attaway III. So, I don't know. We've asked for it. We got it. What are y'all's expectations? I don't think it can get any worse. Gaining 50 yards rushing a game, I don't think it can get any worse. 5 sacks of our quarterback? It's got to get better, right? But do we have enough? To win 5 games? Can we beat Coastal Carolina at home? They're going to run a different style of offense than what we're used to. Everybody remember that. They're going to run the old veer, old option. So, can we beat Clemson at home? Clemson doesn't look that good, so there's 2 possible wins. But what if those are upsets? We know we're not going to beat Texas A&M in College Station. So we've asked for it, even though he waited 10 weeks to do it. Do the Gamecocks improve from here? Does Markeel Blackwell go with the hot hand, or does he go with his guy? Or does Mike Furry? Does he assist in it? Because he is the co-passing game coordinator. I did not realize that was his title up until yesterday. Or do they put it in the hands of Shawn Elliott and let him revive this program offensively? Because in my opinion, and Beamer said it when asked, are you making cuts now because you could be the next one on the chopping block? His response was, what do you think? So we all know he was pretty much forced to make cuts, or he was going to get forced out the door. Is it too little, too late? Can we make an improvement here? Are we just shooting ourselves in the toe, waiting on the transfer portal to open, and there's a mass exodus of South Carolina Gamecocks? Don't know, but he gave us what we asked for. Again, I thank everybody for joining in. Please comment, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. They say the algorithm likes it. This is Sports Talk with the Deal Maker, and I am the Deal Maker. And I thank you.